the world trembles. From the shadowed streets of our cities to the halls of power, a sense of dread prevails. The global pandemic still casts a pall over humanity. Wars rage on distant continents, their tremors felt even in the heartland. The very foundations of our political systems seem to shudder beneath our feet. Is this the beginning of the end? Are these the signs and portents foretold in the book of Revelation, the harbingers of the final days? For millennia, the faithful have sought to decipher the cryptic verses of Revelation, seeking answers in its pages to the mysteries of the future. Today, as we stand at the precipice of unprecedented global turmoil, the echoes of John the Divine's apocalyptic visions reverberate with a chilling familiarity. The four horsemen of pestilence, war, famine, and death seem to gallop ever closer. In these troubled times, it is tempting to retreat into fear and despair, to see in every shadow the hand of divine judgment. Yet we must also remember that the book of Revelation is not merely a prophecy of doom, but a message of hope, a call to steadfast faith in the face of adversity. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of nights the dawn will eventually break and the righteous will find their reward. As we navigate the treacherous currents of our present age, let us turn our gaze to the timeless wisdom of Revelation, not to succumb to fear, but to find strength and guidance in the face of uncertainty. Let us examine the parallels between our own time and the visions of John, seeking to understand the challenges we face and the choices that lie before us. The book of Revelation paints a vivid picture of a world ravaged by plagues and wars. The fourth horseman, Death, rides on a pale horse, followed by Hades. They are given power over a quarter of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. Revelation 6:8. In our own time, we have witnessed firsthand the devastating impact of global pandemics. The coronavirus, which emerged in late 2019, has swept across the globe, claiming millions of lives and disrupting economies and societies on an unprecedented scale. The specter of disease, once a distant memory for many, has returned to haunt our modern world. Adding to the sense of unease are the ongoing wars and conflicts that continue to plague our planet. The war in Ukraine, a brutal and unprovoked act of aggression by Russia, has shattered the peace in Europe and sent shockwaves throughout the world. Elsewhere in the Middle East, long-standing tensions and conflicts continue to simmer, threatening to erupt into wider conflagrations. These crises, both natural and man-made, have created a pervasive sense of instability and uncertainty. The familiar rhythms of life have been disrupted, replaced by a constant state of anxiety and fear. In a world where disease and violence seem to lurk around every corner, it is easy to feel as though we are living in the shadow of Revelation's apocalyptic prophecies. Yet, we must remember that even in the midst of suffering and strife, hope remains. The human spirit is resilient, capable of enduring unimaginable hardships and emerging stronger on the other side. Throughout history, humanity has faced down plagues and wars, emerging from the crucible of adversity with renewed determination and a deeper appreciation for the preciousness of life. Revelation speaks of a great battle between good and evil, a cosmic struggle for the fate of humanity. In the 13th chapter, John describes a monstrous beast rising from the sea, a symbol of chaos and tyranny. This beast, often interpreted as the Antichrist, wields immense power and deceives the nations, leading them astray from the path of righteousness. In the current political landscape, it is difficult not to see parallels to these biblical themes. The rise of populism and nationalism, fueled by economic anxiety and social divisions, has brought forth leaders who traffic in fear, division, and authoritarianism. These leaders, often charismatic and adept at manipulating the media, exploit the anxieties of the electorate, promising simplistic solutions to complex problems. In the United States, the political landscape remains deeply polarized, with the specter of Donald Trump looming large. The ongoing pandemic, the war in Ukraine, and the rise of China all pose significant threats to American interests and global security. The battle for leadership is not confined to the United States. Across the globe, we see a struggle between those who seek to uphold democratic values and those who seek to undermine them. From Putin's Russia to Xi Jinping's China, authoritarian leaders are consolidating their power, cracking down on dissent, and seeking to reshape the world order in their own image. Revelation 13:2 speaks of a beast like a leopard, but its feet were like those of a bear. Many scholars interpret this as a reference to Russia, with the bear being a traditional symbol of the country. The verse goes on to say that the dragon gave this beast his power and his throne and great authority. Vladimir Putin's Russia has emerged as a major player on the world stage, flexing its military muscle and seeking to reassert its influence in its near abroad and beyond. Putin's decision to invade Ukraine in February 2022 sent shockwaves through the international community and has been widely condemned as a violation of international law. Putin's actions in Ukraine have been characterized as a naked land grab, an attempt to restore Russia's imperial past. He has justified the invasion by claiming that Ukraine is not a real country, but rather an artificial creation of the West, and that its people are rightfully part of a greater Russia. Putin's rhetoric has become increasingly bellicose in recent years, as he has sought to position Russia as a bulwark against what he sees as the decadence and decline of the West. He has cultivated a strongman image, portraying himself as a defender of traditional values and a champion of Russian national pride. Russia's actions in Ukraine have had a profound impact on the global order. The war has shattered the peace in Europe, triggered a humanitarian crisis, and led to a reassessment of security arrangements around the world. The conflict has also exacerbated tensions between Russia and the West, raising fears of a new Cold War. Section 5. The 2024 Maelstrom: Trump's Return and the Specter of Violence. As we venture into a new era, one must ponder, are we witnessing genuine progress or merely a false dawn? The questions are many, and the answers, well, they seem elusive. History has shown us that every new beginning is fraught with challenges. So what lies ahead? In Congress, the winds of change are unmistakable. New faces, new ideas, and new debates. But amidst this transformation, one can't help but wonder, will these changes bring about the promised reforms, or will they fall into the patterns of the past? Only time will tell. Revelations often come with a peril, the peril of interpretation. What is revealed can be as dangerous as what remains hidden. The challenge lies in discerning the truth from the noise, in understanding the deeper meanings behind the apparent facts. It's a task that requires both wisdom and caution. And as we face the future, we must do so informed by both faith and reason. They are not mutually exclusive, but rather complementary. Faith provides hope and moral guidance, while reason offers clarity and understanding. Together, they equip us to navigate the complexities of the modern world.